Hey, so today is the 31st of January, which is exactly 1 year after I decided to admit myself to the A&E department in Addenbrooke's Hospital. Um, it was about 2 weeks after that I finally got a place in an inpatient unit. And I mean, I've spoken about this in a previous video. I detailed all of this in a blog that I wrote, which I do urge you to read about because it is quite an honest reflection of how people with eating disorders are treated in NHS hospitals without getting the right care. But for this video, I thought it would be important to talk about realizing why you might need to seek help and how you can go about doing it. Because it's something that quite a lot of people have been messaging me about on Twitter. They've been saying, what is it that made you want to go and get help, and why did you go about it in the way that you did? And it was quite a straightforward answer from me. So why did I want to go and get help? Well, there are so many things in my life that I cherish. My friends, my family, all of my daily activities, like right now, learning about medicine, going on the wards, meeting patients, doing what I love. And then there's a whole future ahead of me that I really want to take hold by the hands. I want to become a doctor in the United States. I want to make a family for myself. And when it all comes down to it, I can't do that in a hospital bed. It's that simple. I know that it might be quite difficult for people with eating disorders to grasp the happiness out of life, but you just have to realize that it's there. And if you have spent enough time thinking about what you have and what you really want to achieve with your life, you will realize that you can't do that either suffering at home in silence or going in and out of inpatient units. So you really have to take the responsibility on yourself, and taking the first step to recovery, which is often just going to speak to a family member who can help you seek the right people, or going to a doctor and they can direct you to getting the right treatment. So people also question the way that I went to go and get help, because it was quite drastic. But it's not really the case. So it must have been around October, November 2012 when I realised that I was beginning to relapse. No, 2013 when I was beginning to relapse. I decided to go to the GP and just tell them exactly what was going on. I had to be completely transparent with them because, as House says, everybody lies. In this case, I didn't want to lie. I wanted to let them know exactly what was going on inside my head, because a person with a rational mind can't work it out for themselves. And by being as honest and open as I was, the doctor understood the severity of what was going on, and they decided to refer me to the outpatients department in Addenbrooke's Hospital. But I got a letter, I think maybe a week later, saying that the appointment was for 2 months ahead, which is unacceptable really, given how severe things were getting in such a short period of time. And so, I've spoken about this a month later. I'd lost quite a lot of weight, and my mind was, both up in the clouds, but also in a really dark and desolate place. So the drastic thing that I did was I remember the night so clear. I phoned my dad, saying, "Dad, look, I've relapsed," and I hadn't previously told him, so he was very distraught about it. But I was all the way in Peterborough, and he was back at home in Hertfordshire, which is 2 hours drive separating us. But he jumped into the car, drove all the way to Peterborough, and then we drove to Addenbrooke's, where he took me to the A&E department there, and I finally got treatment. But I think one of the mistakes that I made was not telling my family earlier. Instead, I heavily relied on the doctors, but of course, formal treatment wasn't available. So, what I should have really done in the meantime was, speak to my friends and family, let them know what was going on, so at least they could support me in the meantime. And maybe, I don't know, maybe perhaps I wouldn't have gone down the road I did. So, take it from my mistake that you should really let as many people know what's going on as soon as possible in the most honest way. Believe me, it's really difficult, but the rewards that you get from it are endless. Just take my word for it. Be brave, and if you need any support, please. I'm always available to message on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook, and if you just need someone to talk to give you some motivation, or just to let your voice be heard, I will always be there for you to speak to. If you've got any questions related to this, please just let me know, and I will endeavour to message you back as soon as possible. But for now, thanks for watching.